Hello friends, this is Nirmal here for Technique, and in this video we're going to compare two budget smartphones, the Honor 5X with the Moto G 3rd generation. So these two phones are priced below the 15k price point, but they do differ in a lot of aspects. So we'll do a detailed comparison of these two phones and find out which is better value for money device. So before we go into the detailed aspects, let's first have a quick look at the specs. So the Honor 5X is recently launched device which comes with a 5.5-inch Full HD display. It's powered by the Snapdragon 616 octa-core chipset coupled with 2 gigs of RAM and 16 gigs of internal storage. It has micro SD card expansion slot, Android 5.1 Lollipop with a custom EMUI 3.1 and a 3000 mAh battery. On the camera front, it has 13 and 5 megapixel rear and front facing camera along with a fingerprint scanner located at the rear panel. So that was the spec aspect of the Honor 5X. Now moving on to the Moto G 3rd generation. This was launched back in July 2015 and one of the really popular mid-range phones, and now the pricing has also been cut. This comes with a 5-inch HD display. It's powered by the Snapdragon 410 quad-core chipset with 2 gigs of RAM and 16 gigs of internal storage. It has Android 6.0 Marshmallow right now and comes with a 2450 mAh battery. On the camera front, there is 13 megapixel rear camera, front facing 5 megapixel camera. Motorola also announced a turbo version, that's the Snapdragon 615 octa-core chipset and turbo charging enabled. So these are the spec aspect of these two phones. Now let's go into the detailed aspects. So first up, let's see the design and build quality. So design wise, both these devices are completely designed different designs. Now the Honor 5X has a completely metallic design. It's a pretty slim unibody design. You can see everywhere the metallic finishing, the brush metallic finish, the fingerprint scanner, the camera and the flash neatly integrated. We have the Honor branding. It has dedicated dual SIM card slots and micro SD card expansion slot. You have the speaker grill. So all in all, it's a really good device in terms of the design and build quality. It's pretty sleek as well, and even though it's a 5.5-inch device, it's pretty good to hold and also not too heavy. Now talking about the design of the Motorola 3rd generation, this is a tried and tested design. It has a curved rear panel. It's brushed finish. You can see the engraved pattern on the rear panel which gives a good grip on the device. So all in all, using the device is really good, but then this is made of plastic. But having said that, this has really good plastic quality, and even the design looks really good overall. So in the design and build quality, we can't really say which is better here because both are pretty good in terms of the overall fit and finish. But the Moto G 3rd generation is pretty compact since it has a 5-inch display. But if you're looking for slightly premium build quality, then the metallic build of the Honor 5X is slightly superior. So that is the design and build quality. Now moving on to the display. Now in the display, there is a clear difference. The Honor 5X has a Full HD display, that's a 1080p display, while the Moto G 3rd generation has just a 720p display. Now talking about the display, Honor 5X has a really good display. It is vibrant, colorful, and the touch response also feels really good, but there is no protection offered on the display. But overall, this Full HD display is pretty good. Now talking about the display on the Moto G 3rd generation, this is one of the weakest aspects about this device. The display is not really vivid and it looks dull at times, and you can see the viewing angles are pretty decent. There is Corning Gorilla Glass support on the display. So overall, on the display aspect, the Moto G 3rd generation fails to impress, and the Honor 5X is a clear winner here. Now let's move on to the software and performance. So this is one area where the Moto G 3rd generation scores because it has the Android 6.0 Marshmallow, while the Honor 5X is still stuck at Android 5.1. Now talking about the software on the Honor 5X, this has its EMUI 3.1. It's a custom UI. It's a heavily skinned UI. We get a lot of themes and other options. If you go to the settings panel, there are lots of additional options, including there is also fingerprint scanner. The fingerprint scanner works really well. It's ultra fast and responsive, and apart from that, it also has additional features including navigation by one-handed UI, dual windows, motion control. So these are the additional options. So it's a heavily skinned and feature-rich UI when compared to the stock Android. So you can see the custom notification center as well. So all in all, it's if you're looking for heavy customization and skinning of the UI, then Honor 5X is pretty good option. Now talking about the UI of the Moto G 3rd generation, it's a stock Android and it's pretty fast and responsive. Motorola hasn't included any apps or customization. It's a basic UI. So if you're loving the stock Android, this is one really good device in the budget category with a terrific UI, and it also has the Android 6.0 Marshmallow update right now. So the software is pretty much the latest version, while on the Honor 5X is in really the best software. Now talking about the performance, since the Moto G third generation has the stock UI, it is really good in terms of the performance. Both the Snapdragon 410 variant and the Snapdragon 615 variant on the Moto G third generation produces really good performance all around. There is no lag or issues, and the overall experience using the stock is really good, and it's lag free experience. But on the other hand, the Honor 5X does not really have that good experience in terms of the performance. There are slight lag here and there, and the UI is not really responsive. Ideally this would have been better with a 3 gig RAM, because it's heavy in terms of the customizations and needs at least 3 gigs of RAM. So that's one area where the Honor 5X struggles. The performance, although it has 616 octa-core chipset, doesn't really live up to the expectations or the standard set by the Moto G third generation. Apart from that, in the performance side, both these devices have 4G LTE capabilities, dual SIM cards, micro SD card expansion slot, and if you look at the gaming experience, both are pretty decent in terms of the overall gaming experience. Although the gaming experience is slightly better on the Honor 5X with the full HD display, and both these devices do not exhibit any heating nature. So in that aspect, both are almost similar, and both comes with 4G LTE as well. So in the software and performance, you would say the Moto G third generation is a clear winner, unless you want heavy customizations on your phone. Now let's move on to the camera. So both these devices have 13 megapixel rear camera and dual tone LED flash and a 5 megapixel front facing camera. Now looking at the camera interface, you can see the clear winner is the Honor 5X with a lot of options. So we have good food, beauty, video mode, time lapse mode, we have 1080p recording. Now if you look at the Moto G third generation interface, it's pretty basic, and this is a Google camera, similar to Google camera app. So very basic in terms of the features, but does have a decent amount of features as well. Now talking about the camera overall performance, we can't say the one device is better than the other. Both are almost neck to neck, but then there is slight edge for Honor 5X in terms of the overall colors and the quality. But Moto G third generation is pretty good shooter all around. So overall in the camera performance, both are pretty performing cameras, but we would give the Honor 5X a slight edge for the overall clarity of the photos. So that's the camera aspect. Now talking about the battery life. So Honor 5X has a 3000 mAh capacity, while the Moto G third generation has just 2450 mAh battery. So from the battery aspect itself, you can say the clear winner is the Honor 5X. It does give you slightly better battery life than the Moto G third generation. But having said that, the Moto G third generation also gives you 1 day of battery life. So if you're looking for heavy gaming and other aspects, then probably the Moto G third generation might be slightly short of battery, but the 3000 mAh capacity on the Honor 5X is pretty good. So that was the battery aspect. Now the Moto G third generation turbo variant also supports fast charging, which is really missing on the Honor 5X. So if you're looking for fast charging, there is an option in the Moto G lineup with the turbo variant getting the fast charging option. So that was a detailed comparison. Now let's see which device is value for money. The Honor 5X is priced 12,999, while the 2GB Snapdragon 410 variant is of the Moto G is priced 10,999. So there is a clear difference of 2K. And if you're looking for the turbo variant, there is again additional 2K you have to spend on that. So if you're looking for great camera and better design and build quality, then the Honor 5X is a better choice. If you're more worried about the software and performance side, then the Moto G makes better sense because it has Android 6.0 Marshmallow. So you have to set your priorities. Camera, both are pretty good in terms of the overall performance, but again slight edge for Honor 5X. So if your priority is software, go for Moto G. If you are not really worried about the software, and if you want more features like the fingerprint scanner and a full HD display and great design, then Honor 5X makes better buy. So that was the detailed comparison of the Moto G third generation with the Honor 5X. So hope you liked this video. Don't forget to hit the like button and also subscribe to our YouTube channel for more videos. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.